Do you want the best fan-made content for this Premier League season?
Bring in that real fan experience. Want to see some crazy?
Wherever you are in the world,
bringing you the latest opinions
and fan reactions.
Back again.
Welcome to FanPark Live.
Brand new shows every week.
UFF are going hard this year, you know. So make sure you lock in.
Tell them, Reggie, come on!
Get all your football news as it breaks with Football Flash.
Guys, what up? It's me, main man here, Double H, half to that hope. And we are here on FanPark Live to review and look at Arsenal's victory yet again over Sporting Lisbon. And in the studio, I'm actually joined here by Devil from the Football Banter Show, as you can see there. So we're going to talk, dissect. Is Danny Welbeck still a brick? Is he not a brick? Is he now a proper player? Is Emery the new man? Are Arsenal title challengers? No, they are not. Can they win the Europa League? Remember, if you want to talk and actually have your voice heard and actually have a discussion with us, the number is 0203 606 0315. That is 0203 606 0315. So let's just start off with this right now. So Arsenal have won it again. Now, just look at the performance. Was this a good performance? Did they deserve the win? So how do you rate the how well they played against Sporting Lisbon? A side who really, they're decent, but when Nani is one of your main players, I don't really know how, because really they're not FC Porto or Benfica, but how well do you think they did away from home?
Sporting Lisbon lost a lot of players in the summer. They were in turmoil. At the end of the day, these are the kind of games where you just need to have a professional performance, and that's exactly what we gave. Professional performance. We gave some players some games. We got some minutes under the belt for players who might not be getting regular games. That's always good. Clean sheet, which is great for Arsenal because we don't get too many of those. So clean sheet's great. Holding looked good again. Looked very, very composed. He's doing very well, and he's going under the radar a little bit, which is great. I like that. So I should probably shut up. Socrates came back in and looked solid. I think he had one mistake, but generally looked decent. Welbeck, let's talk about Danny Welbeck. He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals this season. I am one of Danny Welbeck's biggest critics, as anyone who's seen anything I've ever done. And
deservedly so, because the guy essentially has been pretty much... let's be real, because for me, I think Welbeck is definitely doing better, but the criticism that he received from Reform was warranted because he played like trash. Like the guy played like he couldn't play football. But as you said again,
credit where it's due.
Taken goal.
Credit where it's due. He's done very well under Emery. He's got, I think that's 5 or 6 this season. So he's doing very well. And we have to say he had 2 very bad injuries when he first joined us. I didn't want to sign him in the first place. I'm not going to lie. I didn't rate him that much. But one thing he does give us, and I don't want to be that guy who's, he works really hard, but he does. He gives 100% every time he's on the pitch.
But is that enough for a striker?
He's added goals now. He's got 5 or 6 goals this season.
So do you think that's in the Europa League? And remember, this is the Europa League group stages.
Yeah, but Sporting Lisbon generally are a Champions League outfit. Generally, if you look at their last few years, they've been in the Champions League.
No, really, it's about Benfica and FC Porto.
But they've been in the Champions League. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying.
You're clutching at straws here.
That's a fact.
No, but really, the powerhouse of Portuguese football right now, 2018, it's Benfica.
Oh, yeah, we know that. But what I'm saying is they're a Champions League outfit usually. Which is the truth. And we got them in the group stage, and we put in a very good professional performance against them.
No, but my point is that, so for Welbeck, do you think that he can genuinely fight for a place in the Premier League against Lacazette and Aubameyang?
No, he's not Aubameyang, or he's not a Lacazette. The pecking order is pretty much set in stone at Arsenal. But he's a very good option to have should an injury happen or should we need to mix something up. It's good to have him around, and he clearly gets on with the rest of the harmony in the squad looks like it's at all-time high. Danny Welbeck's a very, he seems like a Liverpool guy. A lot of people, when you look at the social media and stuff, he's always laughing and joking with a lot. Even in the England squad, a lot of it was revolving around him and Jesse Lingard and stuff like that. So it's good to have people like that around. You don't want to lose someone like that, a character in the dressing room.
Yeah, no, but a character is cool. I mean, for instance, let's say Morata was a lovely guy I could care less. You're playing
because
like
he's not
trash
scoring
on the
goals.
pitch. But I mean, I'm saying like, that's all nice, but this is about business and this is about playing well. So the key thing that he's playing well and scoring goals. But let's just look at the Europa League, because for me, I say that Arsenal are not sniffing the title because Emery is not a league manager. He flopped and underperformed for Sevilla. But let's talk about the Europa League or even the FA Cup. How far do you think? I mean, how much priority do you think Arsenal should put in the Europa League once they now get deeper and deeper, and how can they balance that with trying to maintain top 4, or maybe if they're like 6-7 points off the top, where do you think their priority should lie? Trying to go for the title if they're 5-6 points from the top, or focus and rest guys focusing on trying to win the Europa League?
Listen, if you're 5 or 6 points away from the top of the league, your priority has to be the league. Has to be.
Really?
It would be absolute madness to not focus on the league. If you're 5 or 6 points, once we're deep into, I'm talking February, March, those times, if you're 5 or 6 points behind the top team, you're in the title chase at that point. Now, obviously...
So you... Okay, no, true. I get what you're saying, but
yeah, I'm not saying that we will be. I'm saying if that is the case, then you have to put...
Which is doubtful. So.
I mean, personally, I think the Christmas period is going to be... And, we usually have a poor November. We usually have a very poor February as well. So that's going to be a bit of a test to us. This game against Liverpool is a massive test for us. So I think Europa League should be a priority in terms of while we're still in it. Once you get through the group stages and the teams come down from the Champions League, that's when you see a different competition.
So we're just going to take a call, and then afterwards we're going to talk about whether Arsenal are genuine title challengers with 11 wins in a row. So take our first call. Hello, you're tuned into FanPark Live. Let's have your name and who you support and what you want to talk about.
Hello there, my name's Ivansky. I support Arsenal.
All right, cool.
Good man.
Okay, yeah, I was just watching a match. I think the match was a very calm match. Like, I like the way we defend now. Like we don't look as... Before I used to be scared, isn't it?
Yeah.
We used to get free, but now, like there was a chance today, like Socrates is covered, isn't it? Like he's quick, isn't it?
So do you feel that Arsenal are ready to take on a Man City or a Tottenham or a Chelsea again based on their performances, or do you think there's still work to do? Because again, let's look at the opposition that Arsenal have played. It's not really been top opposition. So are you confident in the defense and in the team to take on the better teams, or do you think they still need to work?
I think we are actually kind of ready, because not gonna lie, we should have beat Chelsea. We just didn't finish our chances. Like now that Torreira is starting in the Premier League, I think that we look better, like possession-wise. Like we don't look very like knobbly as we used to. Like I think we're much better. We're much better now.
Yeah, I think we are a much better unit. I think we defend better as a team from the front.
Yeah.
We defend better as a unit. But one thing I will say, I don't like to use that Chelsea game too much because that was anyone could have won that game. Let's be real. We had about 6 chances. They had about 7 chances.
Hazard wasn't starting.
Hazard wasn't started.
If Hazard started, it would be 5-6.
That game was topsy-turvy. It was a crazy game. Do you know what I mean?
True. I'm not going to lie, though. We actually do look so much better defensively. Like, I'm happy the way we defend.
I like the fact you said Torreira.
Yeah, we're scoring goals as well.
Because I think Torreira is a massive, massive part of why we defend like that. So, yeah. No, I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Okay. Thanks for your call, man. Thanks for your call. All right. So I mean, it is true that, yes, the Arsenal definitely look better defensively, but I have to go back to, yes, I could see Wenger losing this game against Sporting Lisbon or Odrang, and I can see Wenger maybe dropping points to Leicester City and everything. So I do see the improvements, but the acid testers let Arsenal play Man City.
No, it's the
let
Liverpool
them
game.
play against
the Liverpool game. That is a massive test because we know Liverpool are very, very. Their attack is feared. I mean, they haven't clicked this season, but with Salah and with Firmino and with Mane, they're going to be working your defense, whether they're on point or not. Your defense is going to have to be concentrated for the whole 90 minutes. You can't have any mistakes because they'll bury you. So that's a massive, massive test for us. And I think if we come out of that with a positive result, then going forward, people might be able to start talk. Well, maybe you guys are challengers. But I think until we've passed that test, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're challengers. I think that's unrealistic.
So even to the point I wanted to say, do you feel as of right now, it is right to call Arsenal title challenge?
No, I think it's too soon.
Okay, 11 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I don't think, but let me play devil's advocate. People say 11 wins in a row, playing really well, scoring lots of goals. How can you not be called title challengers?
There's the thing. You said playing really well. We're not playing really well, not for 90 minutes. If you look at the first half of every game we've played,
But more so than not.
we haven't been ahead at half-time in any game we've played this season.
And that's that.
Right? We have given away chances to every team. Look at Watford. They had 2 one-on-ones, which they spurned. Everton, 2 one-on-ones, which they spurned. Those goals go in. We're not talking about 11 wins in a row. Against top opposition, you can't give those chances away because they will bury you. So that's what I'm saying. This Liverpool game is a massive test. If we can eradicate the poor, slow start that we have, if we can eradicate that and come at Liverpool and say, you know what, we are as good as you. Do you know what I mean? We're going to go at you. And do you know what I mean? Then, after that, I'll say, you know what, we're serious.
Okay, so let me paint a scenario. Arsenal beats Liverpool convincingly.
Yeah.
Would you then say, nah, we are title challengers?
I'd say, yeah, we're in the title race, yeah. Because that's a convincing win against a title rival, supposedly. And, you know, for me, that's putting down your marker and saying, you know what, we're ready to play with the big boys. If everyone can say Liverpool are a title challenger and we beat them convincingly, then, yeah, I would say we are. But until we pass that test, I don't think we are. All
right. So, Javan, do we have any more calls? All right, let's get to another call. Hey, you're tuning into FanPark Live. What's your name?
David.
And who do you support?
Tottenham. Let's have it.
All right, so David, talk to us about this Arsenal match, and maybe we'll talk about Tottenham in the Champions League.
We'll talk about Europa League.
So first of all, Arsenal.
Yeah.
How do you view and rate the performance? Do you think this is a team that can win the Europa League and maybe even challenge for the title?
No way. That performance was terrible. Your left back is so slow. Your right back is 45.
Your
team is terrible, and Welbeck is still a brick. So I don't know what to do.
Our left back was our actual central midfielder. Our left backs are injured, so Xhaka played left back today, and we kept a clean sheet. So
yeah, but your other left back is Monreal.
One of the most consistent left backs across the Premier League in the last 5 years.
To be honest,
sorry, go on.
Your team will compete for the Europa League because that's your level, but you won't make Champions League.
Okay, so
no,
David,
wait, that's cool. I like that opinion.
So David, 11 wins in a row. How can you? Because I know that you are born and bred to hate Arsenal, but just try and be a bit objective here. 11 wins in a row. Can't you accept that? You know what? These guys are looking pretty good under new leadership.
Well, they have improved a lot with all the away wins because they didn't get that last season. But overall, they haven't beat anyone, just Sunday League teams. Once they beat a proper Premier League team, then they will get in trouble. Okay.
So what's the response to that?
That's firstly, that's very disrespectful to Premier League teams. Very disrespectful. Secondly, I wouldn't really slate the Europa League because you'll be in this competition very shortly.
I hope to play you in the final. I hope.
Yeah, me too.
That'll be huge.
Bro,
wait.
No, wait. If we get to the final Europa League, me and you should watch the game together. How do you feel about that?
Wait. So, David, are you actually accepting that Tottenham are going into the Europa League? Have you accepted that fate?
100%. We're done.
How the hell do you accept that? Wait. Are you crazy? Wait. You still have a chance.
He knows. He knows his team are one of these, bro.
For David, see, that for me is embarrassing for every Tottenham fan. You still have a chance of qualifying. The very fact that you're saying that you guys are already done, for me, I think that is disgraceful to accept that you're already in the Europa League.
Sometimes you just have to.
Spurs, Harry Kane is a bottle job. I know for a fact. I don't want him. I want a proper
he's not world class. Harry Kane's not world class.
Kane is greedy. If you watch him properly, he's greedy. I'm done with him.
Wow.
Okay. All right, David, man. Okay.
Javan weren't happy with that call. I like that, man,
Wait, Javan, do you have any more calls? Hey, you're tuning to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
My name is James and I support Arsenal.
Good man.
All right, so give us your review on the game. Are you happy with the game? Happy with the performance?
I'm happy with the result. I felt in the first half
it was really sloppy. We're given the ball a lot, and a better team really would have punished us. We stepped it up in the second half, but we've really got to start playing well for the whole game. I can't be doing with this first half bad, second half good routine.
I 100% agree with you. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. I think this first half, we are so lethargic in every game that we are lucky to be close, so that the second half we can turn it on and win the game.
And the opposition doesn't.
They're not taking their chances. Yeah. All we need to do is come up to one team who are clinical, and we'll be 2-3-0 down at half time, and it's not possible for us to continue this run. I 100% agree with you.
We do that against Liverpool. We start giving the ball away to Salah, Firmino. We're finished.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so what do you make of Welbeck? Do you feel that he has really turned a corner and can really challenge for being in the first team in the Premier League, or do you still view him as a utility squad player who can come in and do a job when he wants to rest, like as an Aubameyang?
I really think he's a good squad player. I don't see him near the levels of Lacazette or Aubameyang, but I think you need to have that player that you can, when you rest your big players, you can bring in a good player to do the job you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's trusted. He's trusted. You can see that Emery rates him. He's playing with a smile on his face. And I think this is something that we lacked before, where we didn't have players who were ready to just come in and do the job. Every time we took players out before, it was like, we're losing something here. Do you know what I mean? I think now we have...
we're always replacing them with near reserve players.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last question before we let you go. If Arsenal beats Liverpool, so if Arsenal win their next game and they beat Liverpool, would you say that they are title challengers?
If they can beat a big team, I don't see why they couldn't be title challengers.
No. Just give me, it's a yes or no question. If they beat Liverpool, will you officially say yes, Arsenal are officially challenging City for the title?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for the call, man.
Thank you.
Okay.
One other thing I wanted to say as well is I've been this guy's biggest critic for a long time, Xhaka. Xhaka was moved to left back today.
Xhaka is average, man.
Wait, let me finish.
Don't start pumping up Xhaka,
Let me finish. I'm not pumping him up. I'm giving it credit where it's due.
Okay.
He was moved to left back today. It's not his position, but he played well in that position and he did his job.
So
okay?
What I'm
saying is he has improved under Emery to the point where now he's in the midfield, and not after every game you go on Twitter, no one's like, oh, Xhaka. He's doing his job and he's doing it well, and he's going under the radar. And I think sometimes you have to give credit where it's due. That's what I'm saying.
But you would never put Xhaka in left. I mean, that's just say, okay, well done for doing that. For me, I feel like if Xhaka, he's okay. You cannot win a title with Xhaka as your main midfielder, because against better teams, he will be exposed. He's not a top tier midfielder. Okay. He's not even a tier 3 midfielder.
No, that's fine.
Being real.
That's fine. Okay, but was you not saying earlier that we should be considered title challengers?
Me? No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Okay. So who was it? Oh, it was Javan. It was Javan was saying it. My bad. I got you mixed up.
Look,
you guys look alike.
Javan comes up with some crazy stuff, man. So, Javan, do you have any more calls? Javan, please, do we have any more calls, man?
Who upset Javan today?
Hello, you're tuning to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
Hi, my name is Mikhail, and I support Arsenal.
All right. So,
yes, Mikhail.
So, Mikhail, give us a review. So, first of all, Mikhail, give us a review of the performance against Sporting Lisbon, and do you think Welbeck can maybe break into the first team this season in the Premier League for Arsenal?
Look, to be honest, I really, really love Welbeck. He's a top Arsenal player. He's doing very well this season, and yeah, I think hopefully if Unai Emery gives Welbeck a chance, I hope Welbeck can go to the first team for Arsenal.
Wait, Mikhail, just wait. So you say you rate Welbeck. So are you telling me that you feel Welbeck is a top player?
Yeah, I really love Welbeck. Yeah.
I think he's a polarizer. I think a lot of people do rate Welbeck. I think
he's a squad player at best. He's a squad player. He is levels below Aubameyang and Lacazette. Like, that was a good goal that he scored to.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
Yeah, well, we should have had 2 because that goal was disallowed for nothing. That header was a great header as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why the goal was disallowed.
Yeah, there's no reason for that to be disallowed.
Okay, so
we need VAR. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so Mikhail, with regards to the Europa League, do you feel Because I think the Europa League only really starts when we see the teams that have come down
Yeah.
from the Champions League. So do you feel that this team is equipped to win the Europa League, or do you think they need something extra in January? And if they do, who do you think that Arsenal needs to recruit in January to maybe win this
With
competition?
our £40 million.
You know what? Before I say that, I think can I talk about the Premier League? So
Yeah, go for
I
it.
think that Arsenal can't win the Premier League this season because the way we're playing in the first half, if you play with teams like Liverpool, they'll score 2 or 3 goals against us.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
Now, for the Europa League, I got to be honest, I think the way Arsenal are playing in the first half, the second half, I honestly think that we're not going to win the Europa League because we're not putting the performance in.
That's funny that you say that because we came very close to winning it last season. I mean, we got to the semi-final and obviously we lost to a very good Atletico Madrid side.
But
come on,
if you think about it, we can get paired up with teams that like Chelsea, and the way Chelsea are playing this season, we have no chance of beating them.
Well, you say that, but we could have beaten Chelsea earlier this season if we would have taken our chances.
If Hazard started, it would have been 5-0, man. Come on, let's be real here.
Okay, that's a if. Yeah, I'm going to give you another if. If we take our chances in that first half, Aubameyang missed 2 very good chances for him.
True.
Completely different game. So I'm saying, I don't think Chelsea beat us convincingly enough for us to just be like, well, we couldn't beat Chelsea. I don't agree with that.
Okay, so Mikel, before I let you go, so where do you think Arsenal will finish this season in the Premier League? Honestly,
in my opinion, I think Arsenal will finish third.
Third,
yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
And for me, that's a good season.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah.
we got 11 wins in a row. I think Unai Emery has brought the momentum to the club. And I think that, honestly, if we beat the small clubs this season and maybe draw against teams like United, Chelsea, I think Arsenal have a good chance of becoming third.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikel.
I agree with that. Thanks for that, man.
Thanks for.
He makes a very good point. Very good point. When you're supposedly chasing titles, if you can beat all the other teams outside of the top 4,
that is key.
That's massive.
No.
And you can see last season Mourinho tried that with United, where he went to Anfield and he blatantly played for the 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
And if Lukaku puts that chance away, they win the game.
Yeah.
If you can take points away from home against the big sides and beat all the teams below you, you're in with a chance of winning the title.
I can remember the season it was. The season where Arsenal beat United twice. And I think that was when Adebayo was still there. And they actually had a very good...
let's not talk about that guy.
yeah, but they beat them twice. Look, that was an amazing celebration they did with City.
Let's not talk about that guy.
He beat them, but United just did really well against all the other teams, and then they ended up still winning the league. So I think being good against the top 6 is still good, but this is a league. This is still a league, and this is really about consistency against every team that you play. And that's why Mourinho's tactic, it does work, i.e. go for a draw away from home, try and maybe win the home games against the team, and make sure you beat all the other teams.
Exactly.
And you're always in very good. So, Javan, do you have another call?
You're patching through?
Patching us through, man. Look, Welbeck is the break, man. Hello, you're tuning to FanPark Live. What is your name and who do you support?
Hi, hello. My name is JJ and I support Sporting Lisbon.
Hey, JJ. Nice,
Sporting
man.
Lisbon. So, JJ, give us your thoughts then on the performance. Are you disappointed in your team? Do you think Nani or the team could have done more, or do you think that Arsenal deserved the victory?
I think it should be a draw. I think it's like 2 games, 2 different halves. So first half is Sporting dominated, not dominated, but created more chances. Second half, Arsenal. It started with Sporting tried to have the same pressure as the first half, but then Arsenal dominated us, created more chances. We're getting very, very tired.
Okay,
sorry?
No, sorry. So, JJ, just even to bring you on, because for me, whenever I look at this Portuguese team, because I talk about this with a lot of Portuguese fans, and the thing that grates me and these Portuguese fans is how these teams have had some of the best talents we've seen. I mean, Sporting Lisbon, they had Cristiano before.
Yeah.
So, do you think that Sporting Lisbon needs to do a lot more to keep hold of these talents, or do you feel that their hands are tied and they have to keep selling in order to keep their club afloat?
Yeah.
No. I think the problem. I keep saying this. I'm a fanatic fan, and I live in England, but I'm very fanatic, and I'm going to Emirates in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoy that one.
And
Not too much.
And I think I've kept saying for many years because I don't have problems. I say the truth, and in terms of like format the players itself, we are one of the best academies in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In terms of forming the players, in terms of forming mans with a big M, a capital M, then we are one of the worst because people like we've seen this summer, Chelsea, Rui Patricio that plays for Wolves, William. They first thing they had a chance to go and they left. We had Montinho, Futre. I don't know if you guys remember, but many players that just left us to play for our bigger rivals. Or even Vigo celebrated their goals against us.
Yeah.
In terms of the players play good. And then when they see they're good and can get some money, they just leave the players. And without Sporting can't really do anything.
Yeah, but I mean that's also
been the problem for many years.
That's also a way of these clubs staying, relevant financially. Porto and Benfica do the exact same thing. The same thing happens in Holland. Ajax, PSV. It's just an unfortunate reality of playing in the league that you play in, unfortunately. But can I just ask you about what happened in the summer at Sporting Lisbon with the chairman and the fans turning on the team and everything like that? What exactly happened there? Because is Bas Dor still at Sporting Lisbon, or has he left?
No, he's still in Sporting. Yeah, he was injured. That's why he didn't play.
Was he injured by the fans, or was he injured?
No, he's injured like. After that, he started the season and he got injured.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Before we let you go, so where do you see it for the future of Sporting Lisbon? Do you feel that maybe in the next few years they can again develop better players in the academy and actually maybe try and keep hold of them rather than selling them off? Or do you feel that you will again end up like Ajax, continue to sell off these star players?
We'll be losing star players. That is gonna, if it changes, it's gonna be in many years. It's really hard to change that, especially because football now is all about money. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Can I just say about the summer thing? Not summer, but like in May.
Yeah.
I hate violence. Let's get that inside. It's very bad that happen. But the players have to take some responsibility because the last two games of the league we haven't played. We only needed to win one. We drew against Benfica and we celebrated like the Champions League winners. And in Madeira, I was there in Madeira. I spent £500 to go there.
Wow.
And they haven't played well. And then they start to hear some insults from us because we lost the second place and the Champions League playoff. And some of them, like Patricio and Gelson, just done their backs and walked away. Something that frustrates us. Like I said, what happened, the violence part, I hate it, and that should not happen. But the players cannot be defending like angels because they're not angels.
Yeah.
Like Sporting, I think we played well. I think we were playing bad, so that's good for losing 1-0 only. But let's keep it in Emirates. I can't wait. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen inside the pitch, but outside, 5,000 fans, and let's bring it on.
Just one thing before you go. How far do you think Sporting Lisbon can go in the Europa League this season? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to go through the group with us.
I think you're going to pass the group. I think quarterfinals, like last season.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Thanks for that, man.
Thank you, JJ. Thanks for the call, man. So that's. That was crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like I get, and I think I like how he put it because he covered all the bases. Violence is bad. What those supporters did is crazy. Is it still a game? You can't go ahead and try and beat up guys physically because they lost and everything. Yeah. That's true, but at the same time, you have a responsibility to respect the fans. And I think that the players turning their backs are not really being compassionate. Because literally, if those players, when they lost, went to the guys and said sorry like that, they wouldn't do that. So maybe so again, the violence is bad. That is always wrong. But again, you have to respect the fans as well. So I think that, but I just think it is so sad where we've gotten in modern football, because if, let's say, we lived in a utopia, Ajax kept hold of De Boer, Kluivert, David, all these people.
Yeah.
Lisbon kept hold of all of their guys. You'd see better parity in the Champions League. So imagine if Benfica, FC Porto, Monaco, Ajax, Lisbon kept hold of their players, and we actually had proper financial fair play. You would be seeing some of these teams win more Champions
I think
titles.
Monaco is the modern day. That's the one that stands out most. Because if you look at Monaco, 4 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
If you were to think of the team that they had then, of youngsters, if they would have kept all of those youngsters, took Mbappe, Martial, Bernardo Silva, Mendy. Oh man, there's a lot of good talent with the talent that they already have. Those guys, I mean, they came close to winning the Champions League as it were. But those guys they'll be flying, and it's a shame that. And I said at the time, actually, we did a video. I said, I hope this team doesn't get broken up, and that's exactly what happened. They're all over the place, starring for some of the big clubs in Europe. But football's about money. At the end of the day, it's a business as well as a sport.
Which is sad.
There's no way around it.
Javon, do we have any more calls? All right, let's get into more calls, man. But that was a good call, man. That was a good call. Tune into FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
My name's Alex.
How you doing, Alex?
And who do you support, Alex?
Sorry?
Who do you support?
Arsenal.
Okay, so what do you want to say?
Oh, well, I think Welbeck was the best player on the pitch today for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think overall this was our worst performance of the season. I'm not saying it was a bad performance, but it was the worst performance. But at the end of the day, 11 wins in a row is 11 wins in a row. So let's carry it on.
Yeah,
and so Alex, so what do you think Emery has done that Wenger couldn't do? What do you think Emery has done differently to make Arsenal play so well and actually achieve this 11 wins in a row?
Everything, really. No, in all seriousness, he's up and down the touchline. He's coaching better. Because one thing, even though I don't go to the training sessions every day, because I live in Wales, so but I could tell that Wenger doesn't coach out of possession. He only coaches in possession, because there were many times last season where we lost the ball and the players, you could see by the expressions on their faces, they didn't have a clue what to do. And he's given them a certain intelligence to the team that I think is crucial to get into the top four, let alone win the Premier League.
You know what? Alex, can I just ask, how old are you, buddy?
11.
And you know what?
12.
12.
No, genuinely, I'm sorry. I'm 12, not 11, I'm 12.
You just had a recent birthday. That's fine. That's fine. I get that all the time. I forget my age all the time. There's the point that you made there about not whilst we don't have possession. I like that point, and I agree with you. And I think you see it now when we lose the ball, we get back into a defensive shape, a lot quicker than under Wenger. And I 100% agree with that point. That's a very good point that you made. One thing I will say about the difference between Emery and Wenger when it comes to the Europa League as well is Emery seems to be taking this a lot more serious at this stage than what Wenger did last season. When you look at the teams that he's
competition,
you look at the teams that he's putting out. That was a strong team he put out today. I think Wenger would have probably put a few more youngsters in there. If you look at the bench, it was a strong bench. There were no youngsters there. It was, we're coming to get the result and we're going home with 3 points. And I don't think Wenger would have put that same team in. I think he would have given a few young players a chance to play in that game.
Okay. So I mean, Alex, before you go, where do you think Arsenal will? How far do you think Arsenal will go in the Europa League this season?
Final, at least.
Whoa!
That's my guy.
Actually, come to think of it,
final.
Possibly, depending on what teams drop into the Europa League from the Champions League and who we get drawn. Personally, I think, just to name a few off the top of my head, I think Spurs will drop into the Europa League. I think Napoli will will drop into the Europa League. So
Yeah.
I can't really think any more off the top of my head. But yeah, so depending on who drops down and who we get drawn, right now, from the teams that are in it right now, final, Chelsea-Arsenal, from the teams that are in it now.
All right,
Thanks
you.
for the call, man.
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
so a London derby in the Europa League final. That would be
I'm
interesting.
I'm not sure about basically. I think I really feel like if one of the favorites for the Europa League is whoever drops out of the PSG group, because that is a three-way thing.
Yeah.
Because I think like for me, PSG could drop out. Like PSG are in a fix.
Yeah.
You know, so it's crazy to even say Arsenal could face PSG.
Yeah.
Because like if PSG do not take care of business, and they've got very tricky fixtures to come through. So be fair, I think that's going to be a problem.
You say that, but you look at the team that won it last season. Atletico Madrid are a seasoned Champions League outfit. I mean, they've played 2 finals in the last how long? And they won the Europa League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that is just our luck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I imagine that's going to happen again. You'll get a big team come down, and they will be straight away made as favourites, and probably rightly so.
Yeah, man. Do you have any more calls, Javan? All right. This is our last call. Last call. Hopefully it's a good
Make it a good one.
Tune into FanPark Live. What is your name and who do you support?
My name's Will, and I support Crystal Palace.
Hey, go on, Eagles.
Hey,
I live across the road from your stadium. Great place.
Hey. Okay, so Will, what do you want to say?
I just want to say with the Arsenal, obviously with Palace, we've got them on Sunday, and Arsenal really do look a threatening team now. They're different from what they were last season. A lot different. They've got a structure about them, and they play a lot better away from home now than they did last year.
So
100%.
So what do you think is the key difference of Emery's Arsenal and Wenger's Arsenal? What is it about Arsenal that makes you fearful for facing them this Sunday, as opposed to if you were facing them under Wenger, you wouldn't be that afraid?
You've got to take in the mentality, because with Arsenal, they don't stop. They keep trying. And when they went 1-0 down against Leicester, they had to pull themselves back. And when they were 2-0 down against Chelsea, under Wenger, that game against Chelsea, they probably would have lost about 5 or 6. But they came back to 2-2 and were unlucky to lose that. And I just think now, they're putting Aubameyang on the bench and they're bringing him on, and they have so many different options to bring. And they look a scary team, they really do.
Yeah. I think another big difference, I keep going back to, is Torreira in the middle of the field. He's made such a difference to our team. He is non-stop. He wins the ball constantly. He can play as well. He could play as well. He starts a lot of moves as well. So I think the experience of certain players. Holden's a young player, but he's very composed. I think, funnily enough, I think Mustafi next to him has helped him a lot. And I've been one of Mustafi's biggest critics as well. I think he's a bit rash. I often say he's like a dog chasing a car. He just goes. You can't stop him. But he's done very well since that Chelsea loss. He's played pretty much very well every game. But let me ask you, as a Palace fan, what are your thoughts on this game coming up on Sunday?
It's mixed, really, because Arsenal don't have a great defence, and
Zaha
could cause them a few problems. But we look very, very poor in attack. If Arsenal put 2 on Zaha, then we won't have a chance of winning the game. And I think Arsenal will have too much for us, and I think they will win it. But we need to just try and get a set piece or something. Yeah. We need to target their weaknesses.
Can I ask you one last question?
Roy Hodgson's got to get that right, this Sunday, because against Everton we didn't take our penalty, and we lost the game undeservedly. So we've just got to take our chances, really.
Yeah. One last question before we let you go. What's happening with Max Meyer?
The situation with Meyer is he's not getting enough starts, and I think that's because Roy doesn't change anything. He doesn't make subs until the 89th minute. And it's appalling, because we went 2-0 down to Everton in the 89th minute, and then he decided to bring on Wickham.
Yeah.
It's too late. But I just don't know what's happening with Meyer, because he was off with illness against Everton, and he's just not getting a start. He's got a start against Bournemouth and then got dropped the next game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to see what Roy has to
all right.
offer.
So we will. But before you go, where do you see Palace finishing this season, in your honest opinion?
I see us finishing maybe 16th or 15th. I don't think we're quite there yet to go top half because we haven't had the best of starts at all.
Well, good luck to you guys,
All
man.
right, good luck to you, Will.
I do like Palace.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean, no, 16th. That is crazy. That's mad.
Well, it's tough down there. It's tough down there, man. You start getting in a bit of a rut. It's hard to get out of it.
Well, guys, that's it. Arsenal, they've defeated Sporting Lisbon. Daniel Welbeck, who I still think is a brick, scoring the winning goal. So that is all here from us here from FanPark Live. We'll see you again, and thanks again for Devo.
Most informed team in the country, you best believe it.
That's a not title challengers.
It's
not
fact.
yet, and never will be probably. Guys, this is all from me, from Half Hope, and your boy Devo. Peace.
Get all your football news as it breaks with Football Flash.